Hello, G-Men Nation. Welcome back to the Garfield High School Sports Stream. We're back for yet another season of basketball. Kicking it off, we have JV girls basketball in here. We're excited to be back. I know I'm feeling good. How about you, Cam?
Yeah, the smell of popcorn in the air. The water's frozen out there, and nothing like basketball season here at Jack. The fall sports wrapped up a couple weeks ago with the football team losing in the second round of the playoffs, and here we are right into winter sports. It's a big day today because Bristol is coming to town. They're not a league opponent, but they should be treated as such, as Riley Grace is going to get things kicked off there with a nice little lay-in.
Yes, sir, and we see things getting gritty already. We know that this G-Men team always has heart, and I'm sure we'll be expecting the same from Bristol, as Coach Randy Ward, former defensive coach of the Garfield High School boys team, went to Bristol, and he's not the JV coach, but you know how the energy from a head coach carries down through the program.
Also, the Tabor and Brayler clan, so to speak, is also coaching on the sidelines for Bristol. As you can already see the tenacity here from Bristol, as that's going to be a turnover for the Lady G-Men. But just for these JV Lady G-Men, they have a good, pretty solid freshman class coming in. I think they went 6 for 6 overall in middle school for championships, track, volleyball, and basketball, that crew. Some of them have decided to do indoor track instead of basketball, and some of them are actually on the varsity squad. But a good class here of athletes for these Lady G-Men.
Yeah, definitely. You look at last year, you're obviously going to miss the Jenna Smith, Sarah Seaman, Sydney Seaman, Caitlin Lutz group. But these freshmen, I think, this year and in the next couple of years are going to fill in those spots greatly.
We got sound on here. We're good.
A little bit of technical difficulties to start the stream off this morning, but it looks like we've got it figured out. Genovese will try to find Tasker and won't be able to handle it. It'll be Bristol ball. And a bucket there from number 11 from Bristol. We don't have a JV roster, but we'll figure something out. Kaylin Tasker on the ball. Good defense there, but I think she'll be called for a foul. A little bit too much contact for the ref there.
Yeah, so we not too many fans out early today, but I'm sure that'll change as the varsity is going to get things going soon here. We're going to have a Bristol inbound here.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but already this JV squad is looking better than it was last year. The addition of some new freshmen, some off-season changes, and a steal there for Gray. She pokes it in, and that'll be Shea jumping on it.
Yeah, you can see these players are a lot more disciplined than they have been in the past. It's actually going to be a travel there by Kaylin Tasker, just as I said that. And look who we have pulling in, none other than Jack Rado himself. He's got a book that he's reading because that's what he does.
He's not here for basketball. He's just finding a nice environment to read.
Yeah. You know what they say? I actually don't know what they say, but they say something about him.
Yes.
And that's why he's the GOAT. So you can see, especially on defense, these Lady G-Men are very, very disciplined. They're going to be able to pick off passes like that. I think Riley Grace already has 3 steals, and she's going to look to take it coast to coast. She's going to get fouled there, going up strong in the foul on number 11 from Bristol.
Yeah, good defensive positioning there by Grace right out the bat. We've seen it a couple possessions, and this time it pays off. She'll get a trip to the line.
Yeah, so a little geography and lesson here. So Bristol is up in Trumbull County. They're a short 30 minutes away, up on 88 and then hang a right. Actually, no, some road up there. I think it's 88 still. I don't know. 88 does multiple things. But so score's gonna be 3-2 early on in this quarter. Very defense heavy so far, which was what we expected. Yeah, but Bristol is a small town, even smaller than Garrettsville, but they do basketball. That's their thing. Their boys team is typically one of the best in the area. They seem to go far into the postseason most years. So number 11, hard fall there, not able to complete the and one, but she does get fouled, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, that was a nice take there, a nice move. Like she pulled it through and attacked hard, but couldn't get it to go, but now she'll have an opportunity to pick up her points.
Yeah, you can definitely tell these are the type of teams that, you can tell it's the first game of the year. As shots just aren't falling, trying to shake off a little bit of the, not necessarily the rust, but just, trying to get back into the flow of the season.
Absolutely.
Speaking of a legend, we have the great Mark Rado running the clock today for the JV game. We'll see if he sticks around for varsity action. I would think he would.
2 free throws there. None hit the rim. Now we will have Genovese on the inbound, and it looks like Tasker will be carrying up the ball. So it looks like Tasker's been running the point a little bit, but this offense seems to not be stagnant as Grace will pull up and in and out, gets robbed of a bucket. But good defense there, trying to get that offensive board, but Bristol will come away with it. That's Annie Rado that was in there, the sister of Jack Rado, who is here to support her.
You always got to shout out the fans as well as the players.
Wow.
As another steal here for the G-men, Lily Shea's going to look, and she's going to find Grace
Great
down low.
Pass.
That just not falling. So like we were saying, you can tell it's the first game of the year. Shots just that you'd think would fall later on in the season, just not falling as much today.
Yeah, I say a couple games down the line, we see that again, and that ends up in 2.
So both coaches yet to call a timeout, as they're just trying to find a rhythm here and to really get things going for their squads. Also looks like Bristol has 5 on the bench, while the Lady G-men have 3.
Yeah, this Tasker-Grace connection has been pretty prominent as Genovese travels it and will turn the ball over. And another Bristol inbound.
Yeah, so a chilly day out outside of the Jag Fieldhouse here. So we're getting that early taste of winter. It's going to be an air ball there by number 23 coming off the screen. Open look, but not able to connect. We have the man himself, Jared Cardinal, down screen there, getting in on the action, listening to the music, got to get himself in the zone.
Absolutely. 1 AirPod in. Only way to do it.
Probably listening to maybe some Kanye.
Probably. Maybe some death metal. A turnover. Bristol Panthers will get it. Number 25 is going to hand it off here. Wish we had names, but we do not. Some nice passing, though, and that'll be a nice mid-range. Grace will handle that one. Tasker can show off some speed, find Rado. She's going to take a power dribble and go up with it. That one's just off to the right. And ball is still live. Shea will commit some kind of violation, and it'll go Bristol way.
I don't think Lily Shea was able to reestablish herself in bounds there. As we're going to have some subs here. Looks like we're going to have Gabe Groves, I think, who is new to the program, I believe, this year, along with Colby Fresh, a sophomore, are going to be checking in here.
Yeah, now we have some student life filing in the doors here. Some cross-country runners, creating a little student section right here.
Yeah, of course, we got the varsity team down bottom left here of the home bleachers. Looks like we're going to have another Garfield legend, Grayson Rose, who was part of the teams back in a few years ago that was able to win districts in the conference once or twice.
Wow.
And a bucket here for the G-men, so they're going to extend their lead to 3 here. So very low scoring so far, but a good game. A lot of defense so far here.
Yeah, Grayson Rose, she went to play for, help me out, do you know where she went?
I think it was Northern Kentucky.
Yes. Yeah, and she didn't just play for Northern Kentucky, she thrived there. I know just recently we were watching some highlights, and she won last basketball season, whatever league that they're in, she won Defensive Player of the Year for that league. So she's out there balling out.
And that is a Division I school. As we got Coach Gilbert over here is actually running the huddle setup. So got to get the mixtape put together. Not the mixtape, the highlight reel put together after the season of his JV players here. So sometimes if you need things done, you just got to do it yourself. And Colby Fresh going 2 for 2 from the line.
Yeah, hits nothing but the bottom of the net on both of them. So that's some consistency we like to see.
Yeah, any basketball coach will tell you you'll lose games at the line and you'll win games at the line, and they try to do the latter. So that's gonna be a travel for the Panthers. I think they're the Panthers, right? That makes sense.
Bristol Panthers.
Yeah.
So the G-men will have a chance to hit double digits here and extend their lead. Kaylin to Grace. Grace fadeaway off the backboard. Bristol now with a chance for one last possession to get something set up and find a bucket, make it a closer first quarter. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. Garfield G-men, Lady G-men 7, Bristol Lady Panthers 2. So we will be back for the second quarter of play.
Welcome back here to the Jag Fieldhouse on a beautiful Saturday morning here in mid to late November. Of course, holidays coming up pretty soon, and the air outside might be cold, but things are starting to heat up here in the Fieldhouse.
Absolutely.
So Lily Shea, quick hands there. She's going to look to jump stop, gets it over to Tasker, and then right to Annie Rado, who tries to go up through the net, but that one's not going to fall. And so you kind of trying to see a little three-man game quite often. We're going to have Kaylin Tasker, Lily Shea, and Riley Grace, who's now on the bench. But that freshman trio has been pretty strong so far for the Lady G-men.
Yeah. Yeah, even though the scoreboard might not reflect it, the Lady G-men have been great on defense here, and if they would just complete on a couple of these steals that they're getting, it would be a much different game. But looks like the future's bright for this program. Like you said, the freshmen are getting after it. I think they make up for most of the steals here. Shea, Rado, Tasker, Grace. So a lot to look forward to if you're a Lady G-men JV basketball fan. Fresh will complete the open lay.
Yeah, that was pretty fresh there. We haven't seen a move by a JV player that smooth from these Lady G-men in a while. And that's actually going to take us to a timeout. And we'll be back. So welcome back here to Jag Fieldhouse as the Panthers just took a timeout. Coach over there looks a little frustrated, so he's going to try and get his players going today. Shout out to an old friend of mine, Otto Trent, who's here supporting. He told me he thought that the varsity started at 11 when it's actually the JV, but I say more support for you. So shout out to Otto.
Yeah, and he walked in here and saw it was the JV, and he stuck around, and that's what's important.
Because he's a true G-man, that's why.
Absolutely. We now have some boys varsity hoopers filing in. It looks like that's Preston Gideon, Cade Rock, Mike Hube. So it's great to see some support.
That's right, that's one thing we're proud of. One of the many things we're proud of here at JAC is the support from people, whether it's, band supporting football, football supporting band, girls athletes supporting the boys athletes, and vice versa. It's just one thing, very nice and close-knit community here, as basically the whole basketball team is just going to file in at once, as you might see here right there right now. So.
Yeah, as Mr. Bartz would say, we're just G-men helping G-men. That's what we take pride in, quite literally, G-men pride. You love to see it. So we're going to have a student section now of just high school boys basketball players. A couple varsity, a couple JV, maybe a couple freshmen. Good stuff.
All right, so Colby Fresh able to get the inbound, goes to the hoop, just short on the lay-in.
Yeah, these Lady G-men are swipers. They'll get you. Can't carry that ball out in front of you. But Bristol will retain possession, and they are looking to get a bucket since early in the first quarter. As Fresh will take baseline, beat her guy off the dribble, and she's going to go coast to coast, jump stop, find Genevieve for the mid-range, off the mark.
Yeah, so Fresh actually had two of her teammates running with her, but they weren't able to find a zone to get the pass.
Yep. Now it looks like Bristol's going to set something up here. Got the point guard, number 12, calling out the plays. As Grace will man up on her. We'll find two inside the paint. And a deep three intercepted by Groves. And she'll be called for a travel.
And some more substitution here. As looks like we're going to have Kaylin Tasker and Autumn checking in.
Autumn, the percussionist. And if you notice, as a layup won't go for these Bristol Panthers, they will surround Fresh and get another chance, but that'll be a push foul as they push Fresh out of bounds. But as I was saying, you notice that these Lady G-men, they spread the love pretty well. It's not just one person filling up the stat sheet. Some good defense will lead to a bad pass, which leads to a steal, which leads to a breakaway, can lead to an assist. So it's a lot of teamwork that we've been seeing. And Bristol hasn't gotten an open look, but they're looking to inbound and get one here. They will. She's going to fire. Just strong.
So Fresh able to fight through some contact there. And then Riley Grace, a good find to Genevieve, but just underneath, not able to hit. That's a good way to run the break there.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have some seniors checking in. We're going to have Jackson Summer and Max May checking in from the varsity squad for the boys. And Fresh is going to get fouled again. So Bristol really picking up the fouling here. Both teams at 4 fouls in the half.
Yeah, that one looked hard. Fresh hit the ground, and she'll be at the line for 2 more. It was 2 for 2 on her first trip. We'll see what happens here.
And a source has confirmed that it is Autumn Andrews. Autumn, the percussionist Andrews. So sorry to you, Autumn, that that your last name escaped us. Looks like Kid Rock over there has a sign, and so does Aiden Hill. So hopefully it's I don't know what it is. We'll have to find out.
Bristol really desperate for some points now as the Lady G-Men extend their lead to 8, and that'll be a mid-range and off the bank and in. There's 2 more.
Yeah, so a little shot there for Bristol. They're trying to get their offense going, and the G-Men are trying to also get their offense going.
Nice find.
Yeah, good backdoor cut by Grace, but
yeah.
Fresh looking to give a pump fake, gets in mid-range, no. And Andy Rado not able to corral the rebound. And Bristol's going back the other way.
Yeah, only 10-4, but the intensity in this game has been admirable. As Vinny Grandizio checks in now.
Also with his little brother Leo. So basically the whole boys team
In attendance.
is in attendance, it looks like, down there.
And another steal.
They actually opened the season, I believe, on November the 29th,
Yes.
which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, over in Pirate territory against Southeast for a non-conference game to start the season.
Yeah, looking to sink the ship. Start off 1-0.
I think their first home game might be December 3rd here in the field house. I believe that's a Saturday. I'll have to check my sources at halftime to confirm that.
Yeah, I thought the boys' first game was today, but obviously I was wrong. I don't think they would be here. 10 days off. No biggie. Nice spin move. And a 3-pointer. That one will be way short, as they'll keep it alive. And Shea got her hands on that one, and now it'll go out. And I don't think we've ever seen this much support for a JV girls basketball game. So this is very nice. I'm sure makes the JV players feel good. And it's a nice way to show the G-Men pride.
Yeah, I know if the varsity got this much support, they'd be pretty happy,
Yeah.
let alone the JV. So good turnout so far.
Jump ball between Fresh and a Bristol Panther. And it'll be G-Men ball.
Also, speaking of support, we have a member of YSN here, which I think it just means your sports network or Youngstown Sports Network. I don't know, but they're out of the Mahoning Valley area, and they have a guy here that I think is going to stream and commentate the varsity game. So shout out to him for being able to travel so well. Something that we're looking to expand on this year. And Andy Rado misses everything except the top of the backboard there. So we were just saying how disciplined these G-men are, and they are, but they're just not able to hit shots.
Yet.
Yeah, I think they just need to settle in a little bit, see some layups fall, and they'll be good to go. Speaking of of fans, we got Hunter Andell in the house. He's a senior this year, and he recently committed. He signed with Kent State to be on their wrestling team.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to him. He's rocking the Kent State merch today. So big time stuff there to get a Division I athlete out of Garrettsville once again.
Yeah, definitely. We always love seeing athletes, no matter what sport, go D1. Any college, D2, D3, it does not matter. You're still playing at a collegiate level, and that alone is something to be proud of. As Rado will pick that one off, and she's going to look to go coast to coast, just strong, and that'll go off the front of the rim, and she'll swipe it away. Little revenge swipe, and it'll pay off.
Yeah, so one thing you notice with Bristol and their deeper benches are able to sub a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. Get some fresh legs on the court. Nice find. Grace wasn't ready for it, but she turned at the right time, and it ends up in 2 for the Lady G-Men.
It's good stuff there.
That was good stuff. Perfect ball. Grace with the reaction time as she strips one away. And now it's a 2-on-1, and she's going to take it. Finds Shea. Shea for the mid-range. Just long.
Yeah, so Lily Shea hit the Mr. Tom Bart special moon ball on that one.
The Mr. Tom Bart special includes makes, though.
This is true.
He might be one of the best shooters I've ever had the privilege to share the court with.
Yeah, you knew when he went into the locker room in his Skechers and came out in his white Jordans that it was over, and it was a rough practice for you.
Absolutely. No chance you're stopping that man from behind the arc.
Also, bear with us as I have been informed that it says first quarter at the bottom of the screen, but is currently the second quarter. In our book, it says the second quarter, but on the screen it says the first quarter still. So G-Men have a little scoring spurt here. They're going to extend their lead to 10. Also, we apologize if the microphone is too loud, as we are working on that as well. The Wizard is absent today, as he has a performance to watch. If you know, you know. So I think that was number 43 at the wide open 3 ball. She looked as shocked as anybody, but I say shooter's gonna shoot.
Yeah, so when it says first, we can just pretend that means the first half, and we'll get it straightened out here at halftime. A nice poke away from the Panthers. Grace will retain it though, and she'll try to go baseline. Looks like she'll keep her feet in, try to find Rado, but that'll be a Panther in there and a big cluster in the paint. It looks like it'll be a jump ball, which means Bristol ball. I stand corrected. Maybe not a jump ball, some kind of foul. It'll be Lady G-Men ball. Fresh, wide open, off the glass, rolls in and around, and that will do it for the second quarter of play. Second quarter, we'll be heading into halftime, figure some technical difficulties out, and we'll be back for streaming coverage in the third.
Hello everyone, so just going to run through some upcoming events here at JAG. Tonight at 7 p.m. the High School Drama Club will be putting on their second showing of Where There's a Will, There's a Murder. I went to opening night last night and I can confirm it is a good show. So tickets can be bought at the door of the Iva Walker Auditorium. And also, same thing, their third and final showing will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the Iva Walker Auditorium, of course. So come support the Drama Club. Also coming up, of course, next week is Thanksgiving. And then after that, we're going to have, I believe the tree lighting is in town is Thanksgiving weekend. And Deck the Halls, which is a fun community event here in James A. Garfield High School and Middle School, is December 10th, my bad. That's a Saturday, second Saturday in December 10th, here at JAG. And I believe that's an afternoon to evening type of event, so maybe 2 p.m. You can see a performance from Santa's favorite jazz band, and come visit. And there'll be gift wrapping by the National Honor Society as well, for those interested in that. And the next day is Sunday, December 11th. That's going to be the Sounds of the Season band concerts in the Iva Walker Auditorium. The high school starts at 2 p.m. and I think the middle school is at 4, and elementary afterwards. There will be refreshments and a performance from, again, Santa's favorite jazz band in the common area after the high school concert at 2. So they'll be playing Christmas songs. Should have a good concert. And I believe our first stream for the boys, their first game is November 29th, but I believe our first stream is December 3rd. So we'll be looking on social media for that. And I believe that's about all I have for upcoming events as of now. So the second half will begin here in the JAG Field House in about 3 minutes. So we'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. The second half is now underway here at Jag Fieldhouse. The G-men doubled up the Panthers in the first half, 14-7. Late 3 ball by the Panthers cut into their lead, and it's going to be a quick turnover by the G-men. And Panthers going the other way, and then another turnover by the Panthers. So sloppy second half to start here. We'll see what adjustments each coach made. I'm sure Coach Hartung from the G-men just told her players just find the bottom of the net. That's really all they needed to do more, and they'll have no problem winning this game.
Yeah, not much else to say. I mean, defensively, they looked pretty great. The shots that the Panthers did make were pretty contested as they fire one from deep. But and then for the Panthers, I'm sure they just told their team, take care of the ball and get the looks, because there's plenty of possessions where the ball's been thrown away and they haven't got the look that they've wanted.
Yeah, so Tasker able to come off that screen and then is end up getting fouled down low. So a few more fans filing in here during halftime. If you guys heard the announcements about the upcoming events, make sure you go to come out to Deck the Halls, as Lily Shea's trying to deck the halls a little early here. Deck the Halls on December 10th here at Jag, and also the winter band concerts on December 11th. 43 with another 3-ball. That one's an air ball.
Yeah, she buried one earlier, so if I'm the coach, I'm not mad at that shot. Genovese up and under. A little bit of momentum here now for the G-men.
Yeah, they're starting to pick things up now. Let's see if they can keep that foot on the gas pedal here.
Good strip by Tasker, and now she'll fall on it. And it'll be called for a foul, which is questionable. It looked to me like she tripped, but the ref saw it, and now Bristol wants a timeout. So we'll be back.
Welcome back here as Bristol able to inbound right to number 23, who gets the layup.
Yeah, a little bit of stack action, and it pays off the break of the back.
So another tie to Bristol that we have, as we see Mrs. Caroline Crow over there in the third row. Looks like a bleachers behind Bristol's bench. Her husband, Mr. Crow, is actually the athletic director at Bristol. I forgot about that until I saw her, and it reminded me.
I didn't know about that until just now.
Yeah, so looks like we have Bristol ties all over the place today. Former coach and a current football coach for the G-men actually is the Mr. Randy Ward. Is a great guy, by the way. He was my summer league baseball coach a few years back. Still talk about the Guardians with him a lot. He's a huge Cleveland sports fan, as most people around here are. And the Tabers and the Brailers helping out coach for Bristol. So funny for Coach Gilbert, because one of his former players is actually a coach for Bristol now, and they're playing them today. So it's funny how it all works.
Yeah, it's nice to see people you know, even if it's not in the environment you would like. But
and it also makes the win even that more satisfying, right?
True. That one will be just off, and now it'll be out of bounds. G-men ball. Bristol ball. G-men ball. Bristol ball. Wide open, and a swisher. So the scoring picking up a lot here in the second half. We apologize for the first quarter reading on the bottom of the screen there. Nice find. Pump fake, fresh, she'll get one. She's having herself a game. Don't know how many points, but it should be a fine number there. But we apologize for the first quarter. Nothing we could do about it, it seems. We tried to fix it, but the Wizard is absent today. We know he'd have a solution, but trust us when we tell you it's the third quarter.
Yeah, so just mentioning sophomore Colby Fresh's scoring, I think she might have up 8 or 10 points so far. We haven't been keeping track due to our low numbers of the crew. We have a crew member out today. So if you want to join the crew, you still can. So just come up to the mezzanine.
Right now.
Right now, actually. We could definitely use the help for the varsity game. As looks like the guy from YSN is actually gone. So there's Fresh again. She might have like 12. Well, I'll have to check with the scorebook maybe at the end of the third quarter and see how many points she has.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from YSN left, so I think he knows we're the best streaming coverage in the land, and he can't compare.
He was intimidated.
Now, no disrespect to YSN, they travel far and wide to support athletes all around Youngstown, so Portage County, Trumbull County, Mahoning County, wherever, they're always.
Yeah, there's nothing better than being in a sports game and looking and seeing two people, Josa Rosenblum.
Jonah,
what did I say?
Josa.
I mix up my vowels sometimes. I think I might have speaking dyslexia, if that's a thing. Anyways, Jonah Rosenblum or YSN Live. You love to see both of those at your sporting game, as Gabe Groves will get her debut bucket for the Lady G-Men.
Yeah, so a junior who just recently decided to play basketball, contributing already, so love to see it.
Yeah, and the G-Men are kind of running away with this one now, up 15. And in a game like this, you don't see 15-point comebacks too often, as the Panthers haven't even scored 15 yet. Little play set up here as Grace will dump it off to the sideline. Now the Panthers are going to slow things down a little bit. They've been scoring more here in the second half too, but just not enough to keep up with the Lady G-Men, as Fresh will get in on that one. And the defense is suffocating. Three ball, long. We're seeing some good defense from both sides, some hustle, and Fresh will complain for the foul, and she'll get it.
So a little glimpse into the future here for the Lady G-Men. Their next game is not until December the 3rd, which the boys also have a game that day. So that's a Saturday. And that's going to be here against Hubbard. So they're getting some tough non-conference games early in the year on their schedule. As you know, Coach Gilbert likes to pack up that schedule and wants to get good quality wins to get his seeding higher in the postseason. So they're going to play Hubbard on December the 3rd. That's going to be an 11 a.m. tip here in the field house, and we're going to have streaming coverage of that. So 2 weeks until the next game. As we went a few months without a game, so I'm sure we'll survive.
Yeah.
Then their next game after that is their conference opener here on, I believe that's a Wednesday. Looks like a Wednesday, Thursday. No, whatever day of the week December the 8th is. I think that's a Thursday, so pretty weird to see a Thursday game in the schedule. That's going to be here, 5:30 tip against LeBray, and that's an interesting game. We'll talk about that in the varsity game about why that's a big game. But yeah, G-Men really kind of suffocating the Panthers here in this third quarter. They're up 15 now. They were up 7 at the half, and have added an 8-point lead to their total here.
Yeah, but the Panthers are resilient. They're still fighting, and they're still in this game. Still a lot of time to play, as that shot will be off, and it'll result in another jump ball. 44 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. G-Men inbound. Grace will fire it right off the rip. One's going to be short, but Shea will control it.
So Riley Grace almost scored on the Panthers basket there. I have to admit, I made that mistake before, and she fails to score on the G-Men's basket too. So a lucky air ball there, as I actually did that in a 6th grade game back in the day. And Colby Fresh able to draw the charge, so she's having herself a career night here. Hey, stuff happens, man.
It does. That was a good turn of events right there.
Hey, but the good thing about it was actually on this court in 6th grade. The good thing about it was we still won.
Good. That's what's important. That's what's important. 6th grade.
Came in off the bench. That was in my superstar year, actually.
So thirsty for a bucket.
Yeah, and inbound play perfectly set up. I don't know why we ran that inbound play that got me a perfect look for the other team. As Riley Grace the fadeaway, and the boys team's loving it down there in the student section.
And that'll run the clock out. Running clock didn't stop it after the bucket. But Grace will redeem herself, put the G-Men up 17 as we head into the fourth quarter. Getting fueled up here with our beverages. Got some sweet D. Cam's got some water. No root beer yet, but that will come.
Yeah, that'll come when the root beer man himself, one Landon Gideon, is present. He is currently at a gig, or maybe on his way to a gig, or getting ready for a gig over in Warren before he has his call for where there's a will, there's a murder tonight. That's going to be a travel there by the Panthers. And so a lot of turnovers today, but I mean, we expect that, especially for the first game of the season.
Yeah, and I think Colby Fresh might be telling Tasker to not shoot on this basket and dribble it up the court here. Nice little pass and cut here as Genovese will get it up top. And now she'll go in hard, and the ball will be stripped away, but it'll remain G-Men possession. Otto Trent exiting the weight room, going to find something to do. Colby Fresh pump fake. Now she'll get tied up. And the longest jump ball I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no call there on the jump
No
ball.
call.
Ends up being a out of bounds, but
Ref's just trying to get this game over with, I guess.
yeah, as a shout out to my man over there, Jerry Carnell. We mentioned him earlier. He's now filling in for Coach Gilbert on the huddle iPad to get double coverage of today's game.
Yeah, that's important stuff. You know, if you're from the high school sports realm, you know high school sports live and die on huddle.
That is right.
Cannot be a high school football player without posting your huddle highlights after a nice solid week of football. So it's important. Groves called a pass and out of bounds, Bristol ball. Looks like we have the Lady G-Men varsity team about ready over here. They're going to have some time to warm up, and then it'll be their game time. And should be an electric matchup. I'm excited. I don't know about you.
Little chilly here in the booth. We're gonna have to get the heat cranking up. Seems like it's either 85 or 55 up here. So
No in between.
no, there is not.
Friday nights it'll be 100 degrees up here.
And they turn it off for Saturday morning, it seems like.
Yeah. It may be cold up here, but the Lady G-Men right now are on fire. As that shot will be off by number 23 on the Bristol Panthers and Tasker. Find Grace wide open, and she'll bang one out on the right basket. So 2 in a row. She's made up for that mistake. It's forgotten starting now. So she's having herself a good game too. We talked about Fresh. She's gotten herself some buckets, but Grace is up there in points too, as miscommunication between the Bristol Panthers will result in a fast break. Genevieve will try to find Tasker, but will have it stripped away, but will get her own bucket back. We'll try to go up and under, off the bottom of the hoop, off of her to a Bristol Panther. Might have been a travel, will be called a travel, and oof.
Yeah, so back and forth here again as Riley Grace got that mid-range, that midi to fall, and it looks like Bristol's going to take another timeout. G-Men yet to take a timeout. Bristol Panthers take one. We'll be back.
Here we are to resume the last 5 minutes of play in this matchup. The Bristol Panthers looking to make a run and get themselves back in this game, and the Lady G-Men just looking to capitalize a decent 3 quarters of play here. Gonna pass it around the perimeter as Fresh will get a nice drive, but good hands by the Panthers will lead to the Lady G-Men possession still. Fresh on the inbound. Finds Genevieve. Genevieve, little around the world, and in the bucket. Panthers will be holding it high play here now. Gonna fling it. Fresh gets in and will be called for the foul. Offensive player there gets the advantage. As the G-men will make some subs, that'll be Annie Rado and Lily Shea coming in for Genevieve and Grace. And you'd think to finish out this game with only 4 minutes remaining. Fresh, good hands, and she might get on it, and she does, and she will get shoved. And that'll be a G-men ball.
So some minor technical difficulties here. There's just over 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter, as we're gonna look to actually have to add time to get back to what we were at. So maybe just leave it and then start it up when it gets back to what it says it is. But it won't start. So that's a 3 ball there. As you see some hype from the G-men student section. You don't want to see that when Bristol's draining threes.
And I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, there's a 3:35 left as Annie Rado is going to hit the midi. So you see, I don't think a Lady G-men player has shot a 3 ball tonight. It's been all layups and middies. A lot of middies too.
And it works.
Going back to that old school play of layups and middies as Lily Shea just rips it away. Gets it to Tasker, then a turnover there, and then a jump ball, or a foul actually. So not many jump balls have really been called tonight. They've just been letting it play, or
Cameron's going to take a break and figure out these technical difficulties that we're dealing with. But there's 3:10 left in the quarter and in the game. So Lady G-men are up 20, 34-14. It'll be Bristol ball inbounding. Bristol struggling to find an option. Autumn on the D, she'll get right back up. Annie Rado now on ball defense, smiling. And Bristol having trouble finding an open look, but now number 2 will think about it and stop as Shea will pick it off, and now they'll have a fast break. She'll find Autumn. Autumn will try to shoot one, and that will be tipped out of bounds by a Bristol Panther. 2:40 remaining, and G-men ball. Still struggling. We will get this figured out before the varsity game. And a foul call on Grace as she tries to go up, 2:38 remaining. So Grace will be at the line for 2, try to extend the lead to over 20 as Fresh is dancing, and so is Rado. Grace's first one will be off the mark. And it's been a long time since we've seen a Lady G-men JV blowout. So this is a good start to the season. Some things to clean up, but some things to be excited about. As Bristol will head back to Bristol after this, after supporting varsity, of course, and have some things to talk about and to work on for next time. But there is things to be excited about as well for the Bristol Panthers. And the score is 35-14. We are having some major technical difficulties trying to figure it out. 2:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. as Fresh will be subbed out. Now Bristol inbounds. Up 21, the G-men. Down 21. We'll get the inbound and almost a backcourt violation. But she'll shoot a three. Be off the mark. Wide open for Lily Shea. She'll slow down and complete the left-handed layup. So 37-14, 2:05 remaining. Bristol just looking to get some morale buckets here. Have something to look forward to going into the next game. The ref will call it out, that'll be a Bristol timeout, and some subs will be in to finish out this game. 2 minutes exactly remaining, like a 2-minute warning. We'll be back. So it looks like we're going to give up on fixing the scoreboard right now. We'll have some time in between games to get this nailed out. Looks like without Mr. Cole here, we're going to have to learn how to do some things for ourselves.
Yeah, once again, we apologize for that. There's, like you said, 2-minute warning currently, and the varsity teams are getting ready to, getting anxious to take the court here. But yeah, we're working on it, so just bear with us, please.
Yeah, the players are knocking off the rust, or whatever we said earlier, but we are too, our first stream of the game of the season. We'll get things figured out, and we'll be all good to go for the varsity game as Genevieve will send that one back.
Yeah, I don't remember the JV girls scoring 40 too many times last year, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But
1:29 here as the ball rolls out of bounds after a little bit of a far pass from Genevieve, as Groves will check in for her. A three ball, number 42, that one will be far off, not far off. Shea will dish it to Grace to carry it up the court as we approach on 1 minute remaining, 1:05 to be exact. And the Lady G-men probably looking to just burn some clock as Shea will hit the jump stop, find Autumn outside.
Every coach will tell you they like a good jump stop.
Good passing there, that's true. That's something you have to master if you want to be a high school basketball player, the jump stop, here, especially here at Garfield. 48.8 remaining here. Andrews on the inbound. We'll give it to Shea up top, and we'll run the remainder of most of this game out as some JV players will head to the locker room to get dressed for varsity. Genevieve's Fresh and I think Rado. Not Rado, just Fresh and Genevieve's. A little bit of a travel there from Groves with 19.7 seconds to go. And this might be one of the last possessions here as Bristol just tries to get it in and score a last-minute bucket. .10 seconds remaining. 42 will fire off the backboard. Get her own rebound off the backboard again. Number 2 off the backboard, and she will swish one. So that'll be 2 points for Bristol High School as the game ticks down to 0. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll get things figured out. But the final score will be 39-16. Your Lady Garfield G-Men coming out on top. We'll be back for the varsity stream.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here in the beautiful Jag Fieldhouse today on this wonderful Saturday morning here in mid-November. The season opener for the Lady G-Men, as the JV team just got a victory, and now the varsity team looks to do the same against the Bristol Panthers. So we just had the national anthem, and we're gonna have these starting lineups coming up shortly. Looks like we're gonna have number 3, junior Peyton Brook. Number 4, senior Brianna McDowell. Number 11, Samantha Mansfield. Number 14, Brianna Klingen-Smith. And number 25, the sophomore Peyton Gall.
All right, that'll be our starting 5 for the Bristol Panthers tonight. Coached by ex-assistant coach to the boys, Randy Ward. Excited to see what he has in store for this program. But now we have the starters for your Garfield Lady G-Men. Up first, number 5, transfer from LeBray, Laura McCoy. Number 3, that's Laura McCoy. Not the best vision. Number 10, freshman Mandy Cardinal, coming in straight from the middle school. Number 14, senior Madeline Shirky. Number 15, senior Nora Trent. And of course, number 30, Maggie Fogel, senior. So that'll be the starting 5 for the Garfield Lady G-Men tonight. We'll see how these two teams match up.
Yeah, it doesn't get any bigger than this in the regular season. A little homecoming game for Randy Ward, also Coach Joe Brayler and Mrs. Tabor as well. So a lot of people here from Bristol, or here from Garrettsville in Bristol, as you see the whole Brayler and Tabor clan over there sitting in the stands for Bristol. And let's see what they got. So we know that these are both historically good programs. The Lady G-Men, of course, have won 2 straight district championships, and it looks like 4 in the last 7 years they've won a district championship. So that is huge, big time stuff today, and a lot more crowd here for the varsity, as we're gonna have Laura McCoy jumping with Brianna McDowell, and Laura's gonna win. It goes right to Mandy Cardinal. And Madeline Turkey gives a fake. Madeline Turkey, no stranger to the starting lineup here for the Lady G-Men. She's been playing on the varsity team ever since her freshman year 3 years ago, when they lost in heartbreaking fashion to Champion in the district final. They're going to inbound it here, and Madeline Turkey is going to go right to the lane and can't make that layup. So Coach Gilbert's already mad over there. He gets mad easily, but he's also the first person to get excited.
Absolutely, and he's returning for yet another year of being the Lady Girls, the Lady G-Men basketball coach. I don't even know how many it's been, but it's been a long time, and it's proved efficient because, as you said, for the last 7 years they've won a district championship. So that'll be a jump ball with Maggie Fogel and a Panther on the ground.
I think this honestly might be his 14th year.
Yeah,
he's been around. He's a veteran.
Absolutely, and on that jump ball, it was number 4, Brianna McDowell for the Panthers, as she gets the ball.
And she's going to travel there. So the Panthers, I don't remember the name of their conference, but I think they're in with Wyndham, so some smaller schools in the area. And of course, the G-Men are in the gray tier of the Mahoney Valley Athletic Conference. Mandy Cardinal does not get that one to go. So Laura McCoy for 3. There we go. What a way to start off her Garfield career with a wide open 3 ball. She's an 18-point per game scorer last year at LeBray. That's a big story today. That's her debut for the G-Men. She's obviously a transfer, played her first 3 years at LeBray, transferred in. She was a first-team all-conference soccer player, and has the potential to do that for basketball too. So Mandy Cardinal not able to get that one to go. So Mandy Cardinal is going to have to learn soon that she's going to have to play to the system here and really use her teammates. As, of course, Garfield graduated a really good class of 2022, they had first-team All-Ohioan Jenna Smith, along who's now plays for Marietta, and along with the Siemens sisters, one of which plays D3 ball at Fredonia State in New York, and then one of them plays softball at Malone. And also Caitlin Lutz, who plays soccer for John Carroll. So Mandy Cardinal really forcing things early. Like I said, she's gonna have to let the game come to her now instead of trying to force everything early.
Yeah, Coach Gilbert, he's one of those guys. He doesn't care if you're like Madeline Shirky and one of the best defensive players on the court, or if you were a star in middle school like Mandy Cardinal. He doesn't care. He wants the girls out there that are giving their best and doing what he wants them to do. So you got to watch out for that, because he will sub the next girl on the bench in if you're not playing the way he wants you to.
Yeah, he knows what it takes to win. He knows that you have to earn everything, especially on the defensive end. We saw that last year. They had a rough start to the season, but then had a big winning streak towards the end of the year that propelled them to a district championship, and I believe second or third place in the league. So this year they're going to have to do battle with Liberty for the league title, along with Brookfield, who is projected to be good again, and Champion's always good. So.
Yeah, McCoy, a little bit of a sloppy pass there will result in Bristol ball. It'll be their inbound. And so now Bristol has a chance to put some points on the board.
Yeah, so sloppiness by both teams to start 2.5 minutes in, only 3 points for either team. That was a 3-ball by Laura McCoy. But we talk about her a lot, the transfer in. Of course, 18-point per game score last year for the LeBray Vikings. Mandy Cardinal, the freshman number 10, she has the potential to be Garfield's next 1,000-point scorer. I don't want to jinx her or anything, give her the commentator's curse. As Nora Trent gets the steal, she played good minutes last year as a junior on the varsity squad. I don't know much about Laura McCoy other than that she's good. I don't really know what her how her play style is. The G-men doing a lot better job moving the ball around. Shirky goes to the lane, not able to get that one to go. Shirky, a very, very good volleyball player. First team, basically everything. I don't know about All-State. I'm sure she was up there, though. I think she either got 1,000 or 1,500 career assists. So she was the setter, 4-year starter on the varsity squad. Big career for her. And now she's going to look to improve upon on the basketball court. And we're also going to have, looks like Maggie Fogel, who played good minutes also last year as a junior. Had more of a role player role last year, but she's in the starting lineup this year, at least today. So she's going to look to help out. I'm sure she's going to have to step into more of a scoring role this year with 22 points per game, or about 20 points per game getting lost by Jenna Smith alone.
Yeah, definitely. Jenna Smith was one of the leading scorers, not only for the G-men, but in the entire conference. Every game, you'd look at the scoreboard and see that she was over 20 points. So that's a big loss that, like you said, we're going to have to make up here for the Lady G-men as Sydney Seaman comes in. Last year's senior, she graduated. As Laura McCoy will be off on her second, but she makes the first. So 50% from the line to start for Laura McCoy. And good defense we've seen from both sides so far, only 4-0 in the first half of the first quarter, as that'll be a deep three there from Killingen-Smith. And that'll be Bristol ball, so off a Lady G-men.
Yeah, so checking into the game, we're going to have number 4, the junior Zoe May. She was a leader on the JV squad last year, played some varsity minutes, and she's going to be, looks like, 6th man this year.
Wide open look passed up there, but Killingen-Smith, or that's Peyton Brooke, excuse me, will fire one, and that one will be off. But now McCoy will handle it, find a wide open Shirky, and Shirky will get in and finally find the bucket. So that's a good feeling for her. Finds the bottom of the net for 2.
So Shirky, a lockdown defensive player. That's her game. One of the best on-ball defenders in the area, I would have to say. Might be a little biased, but
but that's what we do.
Sorry. Another year of a good shoe game here for the Lady G-Men. Got them bright colored shoes just like last year. And Bristol just not really getting anything to fall. They're getting multiple chances on offensive rebounds, and they're going to have to, G-Men are going to have to improve upon boxing out.
Yeah, they have 0 points, but I know Coach Gilbert is angry with all the offensive rebounds in the first place. They shouldn't be getting those opportunities, is most likely his mindset, so he's telling the Lady G-Men to box out and get the rebound, as Trent will deflect that one with her back turned to it. And it will be Lady G-Men ball. Bristol ball. So now Bristol's going to set something up and still looking for their first points. Like I said, they've had the opportunities, but just haven't completed it. So now they're going to get something set up here. Feed it into the post, high post, as McCoy will come away with another steal. But then that's McDowell on the deflection. But it'll still retain Lady G-Men ball.
Yeah, so early on we've seen some sloppiness by both teams. Panthers not really getting anything to fall yet. They still have 0 points. G-Men only with 6. We've seen in the past few years where they can rip off 25 and a quarter, especially when they had Grace Mills and Jenna Smith on the court. So it's just the first game, so I'm sure they're going to look to as Mandy Cardinal is going to be open out to Zoe May for the corner 3, just long. And then Laura McCoy almost able to get big on that.
Yeah, so we saw Mandy Cardinal pass on that shot this time, and I'm sure Coach Gilbert liked that one. Finds an open look for Zoe May in the corner. She just wasn't able to complete it this time. So the Bristol Panthers, we don't know much about their program, except for the fact that they have a new head coach, as number 25, Gal, misses off the three-pointer. But this year with a new head coach, I'm sure Bristol looking to make improvements from last year. And we know Coach Ward is a very defensive-minded coach, so that's something you have to look for, the grit and the intensity from the defensive side of the court for the Panthers. As McCoy got herself two from a pull-up from the mid-range.
Shirky getting big on that one,
yeah.
Closing the whole lane out. Good dime there by Mandy Cardinal to Nora Trent for the and one opportunity.
Yeah, good pass, good look, and good finish there by Trent to stay strong and get the opportunity for a three-point play.
Shout out to my my guy Jared Cardinal. He was up here in the booth in between games. He said he was listening to some smooth jazz in that AirPod, and he's running the sideboards today so we can make sure our points line up with his, because we know he is always right, because that's just what he does.
Yeah.
So Trent with 3, Shirky with 2, and McCoy with 6. So pretty balanced scoring so far, as G-Men are up 11-0. So I don't know if I've seen a varsity game where a team scores 0 in the first quarter. So maybe Bristol will continue the streak of not seeing that. But G-Men just playing absolutely suffocating defense. You see that there, Mandy Cardinal on the break, and she gets fouled. So she's going to the line there. Maybe got a little excited, but chased down, foul there by Bristol.
Yeah, so she'll have her chance to have her first points here as a varsity hooper. And with this kind of player, you'd expect her, just like so, to knock down the free throws.
So for Mandy Cardinal, that's 1 point on the way to her journey. Freshman, just was in 8th grade 1 year ago. Of course, by the coaching of Mark Rado, helped lead the Lady G-Men to a 8th grade title, and she misses the first.
Misses the second.
Misses the second. Thank you.
Got it.
So why has the G-Men's defense been so good so far today? What have they done differently?
You know, I don't think there's much different, but I just think it's good teamwork. Kind of like what we saw in the JV. We see that carry through the program. Mandy Cardinal all the way in. Great move and a great score. Wow. Bristol's going to need a timeout as they still have 0 on the board, and Ward is upset. He's going to call his team in. But I'm going to talk through this timeout. As I was saying, I think it's what we saw from the JV. It was good, just team ball. It'll be good pressure to a good steal and good positioning. And I think they crowd the paint too. I think one thing they need to do better is get defensive rebounds. But they are doing a good job of defending when they do give up the offensive rebounds. So I think there's a lot to look forward to for both of these teams this year defensively, and we'll see how it plays out here for 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. So we're back, a quick timeout here. Ward disappointed with what he sees so far from his team. Started off pretty solid defensively, but just not handling the ball well on offense, and need to see some points up there on the board. And it looks like the Lady G-Men are playing man coverage, and I think that's a big factor on why they are playing well defensively.
Yeah, they're just so active with their hands and their feet. 3 ball here, no good again by the Panthers. And the thing with the Lady G-Men is everybody's rebounding. And everybody can take it coast to coast just like that. Good box out there by Trent. McCoy not able to get that one. And then offensive rebound there by Zoe May. Callie Tasker was a pump fake out to Mandy Cardinal. Here we go, 4-3, no good.
Yeah, she's definitely eager to shoot the ball. And we know that she can get hot, and those looks will go in for her. About 10 seconds remaining. Looks like Bristol's going to hold it and try to get a good look here. Haycox with the ball up top. Going to call for a play. Try to swing it to the wing. Mandy Cardinal with 1 second left. She's going to have to shoot, and she will not get it to go, as that will wind down the clock for the first quarter. To start off the first quarter, we have some spread scoring for the G-Men. 6 for McCoy. 3 for Cardinal, 2 for Shirky, and 3 for Trent. So we'll see what this second quarter has underway. Back here for the second quarter of play. Fogel on the inbound will get this thing started. Cardinal will be bringing the ball up, and the G-Men going to get their offense going. We haven't seen many completed plays for the offense on the G-Men side, as we will see that freshman connection from Cleland to Cardinal, but that'll be a jump ball, and Bristol will get possession. A source has just told me it is Cleland, not Cleland, and I apologize for the mishap. And that's another 3 ball that'll be off for Klingensmith. We've seen her shoot a couple of times, but obviously nothing has gone yet, as there's still 0 on the scoreboard for Bristol.
Yeah, so the score right now looks more like a football score that you'd see maybe in the first quarter by the football team. But hey, the G-men are up, and that's all that matters to them. You know, Coach Gilbert doesn't care if the final score is 20-5 or if it's 75-62. He does not care what the final score is as long as it's a W. That's what matters.
Absolutely. We've seen grit and grind wins from this G-men team, but we've also seen 40-point wins, so he does not care.
One thing we will rarely see from these G-men, even with their tough schedule, until they make regionals maybe, is a huge blowout. As Mandy Cardinal, smooth little pull-up, Jay.
Yeah, so she's hitting her groove a little bit here, and it's good to see that she's not afraid to shoot it, because you can't find rhythm if you're too afraid to shoot it. She started off slow, but now she's heating up. And the Panthers really desperate for a score now, as it'll be a drive baseline and off the bottom of the rim for Bristol Panthers. Nice find there to Fogel, a cutting Tasker. Will dish it out, and they'll set back up top. Cleland in the post. She's going to try to get big, and she will, but that one will be long for her, and it'll be the Panthers back. Oh, sent back by Cardinal. Absolutely not. So she comes flying in out of nowhere and sends that one back to the house.
Speaking about flying in, we got Andrew Wem and Megan Schaefer pulling up. Andrew, the soccer player, and Megan, the runner, and both of them members of the wonderful James A. Garfield High School Marching Pride. The pride of Garfield.
Absolutely. We have number 3, Peyton Brook, on the inbound. Ward, I'm sure, looking for a good play just to get some points on the board. The Lady G-men extended their lead to 16 with the Cardinal pull-up, and now Brooke will handle the ball up top, and she'll fly all the way in and be fouled. With 6:10 remaining in the second quarter, she'll be heading to the line for 2. And we still apologize that we can't get the scoreboard to say second quarter, but it is the second quarter with about 6 minutes remaining. Brooke going to add the first point for Bristol. Nice to see that donut go away on the scoreboard. Should be off on the second one. Shirky will haul in the rebound, as she will find Cleland, who will miss the layup. And Fogel will almost be trapped in the corner, but will get it out to Shirky. And now we'll see some movement and a steal by Ernst on the Panthers, and that'll be up to Brooks. She'll do a spin move up and under, and it'll just be out of bounds. No foul. Lady G-men ball. So Zoe Mayton, now junior. Like we said, the leader of the JV last year. Gonna have to step into that 6-man position and help facilitate and maybe score off the bench. Wide open Zoe May, and struggling to find her stride yet. But she's gonna keep shooting as McCoy will take one, will fumble it a little bit, and a little bit of sloppy play, but it'll end up Bristol ball, and that's Mansfield handling it now. And just through the hands of Ernst. It'll be Lady G-men ball again, so it seems every time the Panthers have a look or an opportunity, the Lady G-men get lucky or they play good defense, and it ends up back in their hands. Bristol pressing up a little bit now, and Shirky's going to find the wide open Trent underneath for 2.
Yeah, so Nora Trent now with 5. So very balanced scoring here for the Lady G-men, something that you love to see. So we have the cheerleaders checking in now. I don't know where they came from, but here they are.
Yeah, full uniform. And that will be Ernst, fouled to the line for 2. We've heard her name. So she's looking to tack on to the Panthers 1 point. She'll bury the first one. First one's good. Second, not quite.
Great boxing out there by the Lady G-men. And a good pass up there by Cardinal right up to May. Then a little strong on that left-handed layup. And then May able to, actually no, it's going to be a foul. So refs are hesitant to call the jump ball and like calling the fouls today, but as is life.
Yeah, good find there, but May just unable to finish that time. But she's getting her looks, and as I've said, a couple games down the line, you'll see this offense really heating up.
Yeah, we saw it last year. They lost a few close games in a row, weren't able to finish, but then really picked things up when it mattered.
Yeah, grit in there. That'll be Brooke on the jump ball, and now she'll be inbounding. Lady G-men still in man defense. A little bit of switch action. Shirky. Brooke thinks about firing it, but she'll kick it out up top to Klingensmith. Now they'll run a little pick and pop action. And look inside, but they're going to call a push on Nora Trent. And the Garfield crowd not happy about that one. So it'll stay at Bristol ball.
And that's huge because Trent, who's a starter, is now up to 3 fouls, and she's going to have to sit probably for the rest of the half.
Klingensmith will fire one. Nothing but net. She'll get that one to go. There's a 3-pointer. McCoy's going to slow things up as Cleland was calling for it in the post. She's going to find an open May, who thinks about shooting it, doesn't, and now wide open. McCoy on the back. Tough layup, contested, and the Lady G-men will come away with it. McCoy showing off her speed, tries to find Cleland. She will, and Cleland will finish. Gets the G-men up to 20 points on the game, and Cleland has her first high school points now as a varsity hooper. Another 3-ball, Cleland hauls it in, air ball. McCoy will wait for the defense to get past her and find a wide open Shirky, who will do a spin move, and it'll roll in. So just when the Panthers were trying to get a little scoring spurt going, the Lady G-men battle right back and have a little bit of momentum now, up 17. Looked inside, stole by Fogel to Cleland. Cleland will travel.
Here's the man himself, Gary Stefko, checking in, the thrower and the offensive lineman, finding his spot in the student section. Better late than never.
McDowell into Brooke. Brooke will take it back behind half court and set something up now. Klingensmith running through, just a diversion to the 3-ball in the corner from Mansfield. Offensive rebound, Cleland will come through the back of Mansfield, or I think that was Ernst there, and be called for the foul. May will be subbed out now for Tasker. And Ernst's free throw will not go as Shirky finds McCoy. And now she has a little bit of a fast break where she's going to take it all the way. Tough layup will go. McCoy showing off her speed and athleticism there and her tough finishing ability.
Yeah, McCoy up to 8 now. Cardinal has 5, Shirky has 4, Trent has 5, and Clellan has 2, and that's the scoring here today. They're up 24-7.
Yeah, as I believe that was Brooke that hit one on the other end for Bristol, but then Clellan right back will tack on 2 for the Lady G-Men. And this game is picking up pace now as Briss barrels in. Brooke, step back, finds Mansfield in the corner. Sorry, not Mansfield. Klingensmith, but it won't matter. It'll be Lady G-Men ball. I'm out of breath from that series of possessions.
Yeah, the scoring line right now for the G-Men more of what we're used to seeing. If they can score average about 15 a quarter, that's pretty good to score about 60.
So McCoy will take her time now and set things up. It looks like Bristol's also in a man defense, but I wouldn't be surprised with Ward's defensive mind. And there it is. A little bit of a deflection there from Klingensmith, but it'll stay Lady G-Men ball. But as I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised to see some pressing, some full court press, half court press, or a tough zone from Coach Ward. So now McCoy will have room to work up top, find Cardinal through. Trying to set something up now. Shirky up top, Cardinal's gonna take it herself, and looks like she may have gotten away with the travel, but it doesn't matter because that's McDowell on the steal. Now they have some steam. Brooke thinks about firing the deep one, and she thinks about it again and won't. And now a deep midi from Gal. That won't go. Cardinal holds it. She'll get one to go. That's another. You can't give her that space. We saw that same exact thing happen earlier on in the game. And she buries it, nothing but net. We've seen Brooke with that up and under a couple times to get one to go, but she just hasn't been able to complete it. With just under a minute left to go here in the second half. Clelland, Cardinal to Clelland. McCoy open, fires, buried it. McCoy has been nearly perfect from the field. And she tacks on 3 more to her point total.
So she's a double-digit scorer in her first game for the G-Men. Kind of expected that, but maybe the nervousness would have got to her. But she's settled down at JAG very nicely. She's got 11 in this first half already. And then number 11 for Bristol hits that one. That's going to be Samantha Mansfield for 3.
Yeah, 2 Mansfields on the floor for Bristol. I don't know if they're on the floor right now, but there's 2 Mansfields on the team. Must be sisters or some kind of relation there. But she'll hit one right back after McCoy as Cardinal pull up just short. Tasker the rebound, finds Clelland, but Tasker will be fouled. 2 seconds left to go here in the second half. That'll be Lady G-Men ball after a push. Timeout Bristol, I believe, as they'll talk things over and make sure the G-Men don't score here on this last inbound. We'll be back after the timeout. I thought it was a Bristol timeout, but it turns out it was a G-Men timeout. Coach Gilbert just wanted to draw something up. McCoy will get the open look, and just off to end the second quarter. That'll take us into halftime. Your Lady G-Men 31, Bristol Panthers 10. Cam, thoughts on this half?
Yeah, a good half for the G-Men. Started off slow, able to get things going offensively. Very, very balanced scoring so far. The freshman Mandy Cardinal in her varsity debut has 7, and then Laura McCoy has 11. A couple of 3 balls in there. And defense for the G-Men has just been very good. They started boxing out and getting rebounds and being able to take it on fast breaks. Bristol not able to hit shots. If they can hit shots, I think it's a completely different ball game. They're also playing decent defense, considering they did allow 31 points in the first half. But they only have 10 points to show for it. They're going to need to pick things up. If not, it's going to be a big win for the G-Men. So stick around for halftime if you want to hear some announcements. If not, we'll be back.
Alrighty, as the ball rack is being pushed off the court, we have 30 seconds remaining until the second half of this opening day is underway. The Panthers are going to take the court early. Some adjustments, I'm sure, as Ward's still making adjustments now, but I'm sure they got a talking to in the locker room, and Ward wants a much better second half. And I'm sure Mr. Gilbert isn't the happiest either with his team's performance in the first half, but I'm curious to see what kind of adjustments he might have made. So we will see here as Cardinal inbounds the ball, and McCoy will handle it. So the start of the third quarter, even though it says first, 8 minutes to go here. McCoy gonna find Shirky in a great play on the first opening possession of this second half. Drew it up perfectly and executed perfectly. And that's what we're used to seeing from the Lady G-Men. Plays executed, not just one-man shows. As a nice look inside by this Bristol offense, that's really the struggle for Bristol here. That's what it was in the first half, as Mansfield will be off the mark. Cardinal showing off her speed. She's just going to take it all the way, fade away, and she'll get that one to go. So she tacks on another two, and right off the bat, G-Men are on a 4-0 run. Cam, thoughts on what you think each team was talking about at halftime?
Yeah, Coach Gilbert's probably just saying keep up the great defensive work. I mean, they held a team to 10 points. How often do you see that, holding a team to 10 points in a game? And he probably says keep boxing out, keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be fine. Keep making shots. You can do even better. And Coach Ward's going to say, quit the turnovers, quit the missed shots. We need to get it going. And they're kind of hanging their heads now, but he says, no, let's get going. Let's get going.
Yeah, and I talked to varsity hooper Preston Gideon and also varsity hooper Nick Edick. Nick Edick thinks that the Bristol Panthers need to get their arms out, get those tip passes, and find the open looks. So in case you were curious on what they had to say, there it is. Cardinal feeds it to Trent inside, and she will try to go for it, but that'll be stripped away. And no jump ball. Cardinal will dive on it, and now it will be called jump ball. As our camera has free. We're back.
Yeah, remember to attend the Deck the Halls event, which is a free event on December 10th here at JAG. Of course, December 11th, the winter band concerts. The high school will begin at 2 p.m. in the Iva Walker Auditorium. Both free events around Christmas time. There will be NHS gift wrapping by the National Honor Society at the Deck the Halls event, along with a lot of other holiday fun as we figure out these technical difficulties here. So bear with us. That's going to be an offensive foul drawn by Shirky, so showing off that defensive awareness there to draw the offensive foul. I think, did we get the camera worked out?
Yeah, we're back.
Always having a laugh up here in the booth.
Sorry for the jump scare, Hallie and I in the camera, but Laura McCoy, talk about a scary sight. Laura McCoy dribbling into the post. You don't want to see that. She's proved to be a great finisher so far. Shirky will do a nice move and try to get it to roll in, but she won't. But then she'll get her own rebound and 3 Panthers on her, and she'll still get the jump ball call. So that just shows Shirky's strength, as it'll stay G-Men ball. And there's that Coach Ward shell drill right there. As McCoy will dribble and pull up, and that one will be short, but a great rebound by Cardinal. She is tall. Trent quick, just left, and that time it'll go out, and it'll still be G-Men ball. So look at yet another chance to score a bucket.
You hear Coach Gilbert yelling, patience, patience, patience. And he yells it again.
Patience.
They didn't have it there, and that results in a turnover. We got JAG alum Riley Laporte over there. He's on the throwing squad for Kent State. So we got that Garfield to Kent State pipeline going the last couple of years.
Brooke, nice find, and there's Ernst for the 3-ball. So she'll tack on a 3. They've hit 2 of them here in this game, but not quite enough, still behind 22. They need to get those rolling. But nice shot there by Ernst to maybe start some Bristol momentum as Cardinal will take it hard to the hoop. And she does that little fadeaway as Gilbert tells her to just go straight up with it. But she'll be called, or she'll get a foul call, and now she'll be heading to the line for 2 more points as she already has 9. So double-digit scorer here in her first game as a high school hooper. And she skipped the JV and said, I'm going to go score double digits on varsity.
So Lady G-Men yet to go 2 for 2 from the line. Let's see if they can improve upon that right here. They cannot.
Yeah, just strong on the second one. And it looks like that is Mansfield bringing up the ball. We've seen Mansfield and Brooke handling it for Bristol, number 11 and number 3. And I think we saw number 42 on JV getting some varsity as Cardinal, a tough steal. She'll try to find May. May, she's going to go all the way off. McCoy, offensive rebound, buckets.
Yeah, so Laura McCoy and Mandy Cardinal, that 1-2 wombo combo here so far for the Lady G-Men. McCoy with 13, she's a senior, and then the freshman Mandy Cardinal was 10. So air ball there, good box out by Shirks, then gets pushed in the bag. And it's going to be a technical foul on number 4. Can't do that. A little frustration there by number 4.
Yeah, Shirky kept her cool, didn't retaliate, and that'll result in a tech for number 4 McDowell.
We'll have to see who's shooting here. I would think it'd be looks like it is Shirky.
Yeah. So Shirky looking to tack on a couple more points to her big day already. So there it is, double digits for her. She's got 10, looking to make it 11. And she will. No rim involved, puts it right through, and now it'll be G-Men ball. Cardinal in the inbound. McCoy setting things up here. We got the starting lineup in, minus Trent plus Zoe May. So some facilitating going on. Fogel will handle it on the wing. Do some dribbling, hit it off the foot. Cardinal will get it. And McCoy just takes matters into her own hands and just short. And Fogel with some nice effort there. Gets it to stay here.
Yeah, Laura McCoy's got a very smooth jumper. As does Mandy Cardinal, of course.
Yeah, that's definitely something, that's a trend that we see. The Lady G-Men always have a couple of really good shooters. McCoy's going to feed it into Cardinal, and now a foul call on the Panthers. So they have 4 fouls in the half already. The G-Men have 0. Halfway through the third quarter here. May's going to get it. And she'll have a wide open move. That was a nice move by May, but she doesn't get it to go. She's just struggling from the field here. But she's got the looks, so keep shooting them. Mansfield handles it. Ernst thinks about the 3-ball. She hit one before. Brooks, she's really eager to shoot that long 3-ball, but she will find Klingensmith, who would just be off. Cardinal, nice dish to May. May will finally find one, and that's 2. It'll put the Lady G-Men up to 42 points. And May gets her first bucket of this season.
So I was thinking to myself during halftime that I feel like the Lady G-Men could get to 70 tonight, or this afternoon. And they're kind of on their way to doing that. Need 28 more points. Maybe get like 9, and then a few more.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. We saw a slow start to this game, but now they've kind of picked up the pace and kind of gotten with what we're used to seeing. Tasker in now for the Lady G-Men, as well as Trent.
Like I say, there's few teams that they're going to play this year that, because of their great defensive presence, that they'll that if they don't score 60, they won't win. So 60 is kind of the number, I would think. To me, air ball by McCoy.
Air ball.
So let me rephrase that. If they score 60, most of the times they'll win. Of course, there are exceptions when they play Liberty. We'll see how that goes in Brookfield, maybe. But
yeah, I think that that graphic will hold true as we see Brooke get fouled and go to the line. And we've seen it a lot where they just try to get into the post and they kind of fling it up there. And it hasn't really been working for them, but it does get them a trip to the line, and Brooke is able to tack on another one. So she'll have one more point. And she'll have a chance for one more here as they're almost down 30. So Brooke misses the second one. Cardinal handles the rebound. Shirky shows off the speed, finds May. May will find her, passing cut, and just off with the left hand. Shirky too hard off the backboard. Offensive rebound, but now we have McDowell back in after her rest from the tech. And she'll be hoping to make a difference. Ernst, midi, just long.
yeah, we saw that move there by Shirky. That was the Jenna Smith special. That was her her signature move. She'd pass it to the corner and then cut right down the lane. A few years ago, I remember Coach Oleski calling it the Jared Simon drill.
Yeah.
A few years ago, he graduated, and that was his move too. So Shirky unable to get the left-hand layup to go. She's saw a little anger at herself for missing that one, but sure she'll improve upon that here.
Wow, deep three from Mansfield. That one, Swisher. So we've seen Bristol able to shoot it from deep. They just haven't got a lot of looks, but when they do get them, I think they're shooting pretty high percentage. But McCoy can't let them just have it like that. She'll hit one right back.
Yeah, she's up to 16 points in three balls, so a very good debut for her. I think she's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc, so that might be her specialty, is the one dribble pull-up 3 ball. The bank is open, so Saturday morning, pulling up to the bank and cashing in.
Yeah. So a little 6-point spurt here from Bristol, as it looks like they've changed up their defensive scheme a little bit, maybe not. But Shirky's going to drive in and try to find Tasker, but before she does, she'll be called. She'll get a foul call. And 50 seconds left remaining here in this third quarter. So Gilbert trying to draw up a good play. He loves the inbound plays. There's some very smart calls that result in buckets, and I know he gets very frustrated when they don't work out. So May on the inbound. She's got that vision and just an easy cut from Shirky, but she'll miss it and be fouled. So she'll go to the line now.
Just like we said, good inbounds plays. Got a layup, unable to hit on that one, but still a great play to be able to find that look in the first place.
Yeah, she'll be able to make up for her missed layup here. She'll have the opportunity. First one's perfect, and I think she may be the best free throw shooter on this team, as we've seen consistency and greatness so far from the line. And she buries the second. So what's that put her up to?
She's up to 10, so 3 double-digit scores for the G-men, or for the Lady G-men. Cardinal has, actually, no, wait. Cardinal has 10, Shirky has 10, and Laura McCoy has 16. The bank is still open, so.
A little bit of a shooter's touch there.
Yeah, Bristol coming to life. I have them at 6 3 balls, but my scoring is not accurate, so
It's been a lot. That's where most of their points have came from, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they have a made bucket from the floor that hasn't been a 3-ball.
No, 3-ball, and then so behind the arc and behind the free throw line is where their points are coming from. As some team defense results in McCoy steal. Shirky open up top. She doesn't shoot threes. Cleland, she'll have a look, and just off as this quarter will end, as I forgot to start the clock. But that gives us 0 seconds and into the fourth quarter.
All right, so we'll be back. G-Men up big. Let's see if they can close this one out, or will the Panthers make a comeback? Only time will tell. So welcome back here to Jack Fieldhouse. G-Men up by 24 heading into this fourth quarter. They have more than doubled the Panthers as the Panthers are going to break out into a 1-3-1 zone look.
Something like that. And it'll pay off right off the bat. Klingensmith going to be able to handle it. And going to try to get it. Brooke, pull up three, just short. She'll get her own rebound. Head in, try to get a foul call. Won't get anything and will miss. May'll handle it to Cardinal. Cardinal one-on-one. Couldn't tell you who I thought was going to win that matchup. But Cardinal will. And Brooke, yes, this time will be fouled.
Mandy Cardinal now up to 12 on her varsity debut. And high school debut at that. What a way to start a career.
Yeah, and she's had some nice layups, some tough finishes. And she's fought her way to the line a couple times. Maybe just one time, but still. And she's also had a couple of good deflections, just like that, as she deflects it right back into the hands of the inbounder. So it'll go G-Men way.
Yeah, you see a whole team of, a whole starting lineup and a whole lineup, really, whole roster of two-way players for these Lady G-Men. They're all very strong on the offensive end and strong on the defensive end especially.
Cleland having a little bit of a tough time today finishing, but